Hey guys, it's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking a little bit of Maction. Heading to the back for Akron and Kent State. We've got a promo code. The code is DOG if you want 15% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Again, that code is DOG, D-O-G. Kent State is favored minus 24. The total is 60 and a half. Akron 0-2 on the year, but 1-1 against the spread. Kent State 2-0. But also 1-1 against the number. Akron is coming off a 24-10 loss to Ohio, where they did cover, and then they lost to Western Michigan in the opener, 58-13. Kent State coming off a huge win over Bowling Green, which is a bad team, 62-24, and then they beat Eastern Michigan 27-23. So there you have it. There's the two teams start to the season. We've got Nick from the Insider's Room to break this one all down for us. Nick, thoughts when it comes to Akron and Kent State?
Well, in a normal season, Chelsea, this could very well be a spot in which I would go against Kent State. It's such a big favorite here. This would tend to set up as sort of a natural letdown spot for it. But these teams are only playing 6 games this season. And so every game counts. There's nobody looking past anybody. Each and every one of these games counts. And so with a game at Buffalo up next as well, which is 2-0 at this moment, this game versus Akron becomes even more important. And really running up the score and posting a major victory here, it's going to help in its rankings in the end as well. Akron, it has a freshman quarterback in Zach Gibson this year. And so far, he has 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And 2 of those came in last week's loss to Miami, Ohio. Now, Kent State, in this quarterback matchup, of course, I trust Dustin Crum much more. He's looked sharp in the early going. So far, over 2 games, he has almost 500 yards, 6 touchdowns, just 1 interception. And in the win over Bowling Green last weekend, he had 4 touchdown passes. So he's coming in on fire right now. The defenses of these teams, they're also completely polar opposite. Kent State allows just 23.5 points per game. Akron is conceding 41. Last year, the Golden Flashes, they won this game 26-3, but I think that this year's version is going to be an even bigger blowout. Akron does have some talent. Running back Tion Dollard, he has 232 yards on 38 carries, although he doesn't have a touchdown yet. Kent State, it features elite level talent as well, and that's including wide receiver Isaiah McCoy. He already has 14 catches for 178 yards and 3 touchdowns. Akron, it's a bad team. At some point, it's going to grab a win, but it's still 0-19 straight up in its last 19. It's only 4-17 against the spread in its last 21 following a straight-up loss. The Golden Flashes, they've averaged 44.5 points per game in the early going. And so, yeah, I just simply can't see the Zips stopping them or keeping up with them for that matter. So that's my reasoning here, Chelsea. I like Kent State to cover this break spread at home on Tuesday night.
Yeah, traditionally Akron's been really bad. I know last week I faded them thinking that they were going to be really bad, but they kept it relatively close, at least 27 and a half points, close with Ohio. So occasionally they'll cover a game, but traditionally the numbers suggest do not play Akron. You mentioned they're terrible against the spread numbers. And then before that game, they were 1-3 against the spread as dogs of 20 points or more, which means not only are they dogs and not covering, they're not covering huge spreads. So traditionally, it's not a team that you'd like to back. But that's going to do it for our Maction Talk here on Picks and Parlays. As always, great stuff from Nick from the Insider's Room. Nick, thanks for joining us.